Hello, crafters and craftettes. I need to confess, I had an ink problem. I didn't want to admit it, but I did. I'll cover my problem more in depth in a minute, but let's get to the fun part. Recently, after a show, Mr. Producer asked, "How old is your oldest ink pad?" I had to think for a minute and then replied, "At least 15 years old, and my newest is probably 7 years old." Here's the thing. I am old-fashioned, frugal, and I don't change easily. So that meant I didn't want to replace the ink pads that I have used for so long. But in the end, I wasn't getting what I needed out of them. Clear and consistent images. It got to the point that Mr. Producer noticed, so he took things into his own hands. As you might know, we had Catherine Pooler on the show, and we talked inks. After the episode was over, Mr. Producer reached out to Catherine and asked if she would help me out. They came up with a plan to solve my ink problem, and that plan has arrived in the mail. We're proud to announce Catherine Pooler Designs is now our official ink sponsor. So we're going to unbox what she sent and try it out right now. Alright, so these are the two Catherine Pooler things I already had. This came in a goodie bag donation, and this came I ordered because I wanted to try the inks, and I wanted to re-ink an old stamp pad that I could no longer get re-inkers for. So I got a color close and it worked just fine. Then this one I used, but I knew I didn't have a bunch of them, so I didn't want to use it a lot because I didn't want to have to in and out different kinds of inks, blah, blah, blah. So, but I have played with these a little bit. And here we go. By the way, look how cute this is. Hey there. You're looking awfully crafty today. I did go ahead and open it up. I had to a little bit. It had a nice little packing slip with a little personal note. Look how pretty this paper is. And here's what we have. That is a lot of stuff, Miss Catherine. Let's see what's in here. You didn't just pack inks. We got a cover plate die. We got another little set of dies. Did those go together? Get this out of here so it doesn't rattle all the time. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to keep that. You know that goes in my box. We got, oh, that's cute. A little crafty set. I'm not familiar with these names, so I don't know if I'm just going to have some fun exploring, aren't I? This one says, yippee. That's a good one. There's some flowers. That's pretty. These kind of stamps I just love when there's little images that I can use in weird ways. Just for a little pop here or a little pop there. This is adorable. And I think we got a card with that on it with a little mouse drawing Craft Roulette on it. I like that very much. And there's a die that goes with one of these little stamp sets. Well, we'll look into this more, but let's get to the ink, shall we? Oh, this is about Stamp Nation. Wow, fun stuff. That's a good start. Looky. She sent the Spa collection and a neutral set, which is perfect. The Spa collection, I think, are a little more muted than the Party collection, and I'm such a muted person, so I think it's going to be great. I don't even know how many colors there are in the collection, but I'm going to figure these things out. I know that Ardith has talked about these for 100 years, and Alico, both of guests on our show, have talked about these for 100 years. They are different than the ones I have been using. The ones I have been using have been felt, and these are foam. So I'm going to have a little bit of learning on and improving and changing some of my style, and that's going to be just fine. I got a hunch. She does have fun names, and if you didn't see the show, she and Erica talk about how they name their inks. And another thing I really liked, okay, so here's a couple things I really liked that she checked my boxes or pushed my buttons on the show. One was, I said, Catherine, do you change your colors very often? And she said, no. Sometimes there's a color that they need to freshen, but for the most part, they are building their collection so that it works together for the good of all color wheels. And she also has a color wheel approach, which is educational, which is the way I like it. I have shared many ways on how to pick colors for your projects, and one of the best ones that I've ever gone back to is get your color wheel out and start working on from that angle. Find out what analogous colors are. What are complements? What do you want to do? And she's got all those built into a downloadable PDF, and they're all based on her colors. I think that is a great way and a very service-oriented, educational way to teach inks and colors. So I really appreciated that. So okay, so they're a nice size for my little I have little hands. This is a nice size. I feel very comfortable with that. If you look at it, it has the name Premium Dye Ink, and it tells you what collection it's from, so that's cool. On the back, it also has the name. I know that I had some inks, and they didn't have the name of the inks on both sides, which made me go in and do it so that I wouldn't mistake them. Especially, some of these are very similar. And so if I had them all open on my desk or mesk at one time, I may end up getting the wrong lid on a wrong ink. And so I really appreciate that they went ahead and did that. I know they also have labels that you can put on the sides. So if you do store, you can do that. I may make mine. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. But let's look at some of these. So there's a whole, so they're all kind of mixed in. We've got some pretty, let me come down so you can see these colors better. There we go. I don't want to block the light. So we've got a gray, some brown colors, a yellow, green. I'll learn these names, I'm quite sure. And some pretty violets. That's good because I didn't have some I was really lacking a couple violets. Maybe I'll become chain purple. Maybe that was the reason. I don't think so. Buttercream. I saw her use that today on a video. Spiced Sandcastle. I am going to try something with these inks. There's, oh, that's a pretty blue, gray blue, and a pretty light gray. She did do a cute card on her live today. And I thought that might be a fun thing to try. Ooh, peppermint scrub is fun. Ooh, there's midnight. Okay, now this one says it's archival ink, so I'm going to set that out because I really want to use that. Pink champagne. Oh, the bubbles go up my nose. Blackjack. That's also premium. That's also that's premium dye. I think the rest of them all are probably premium dye. Look at all these. Has anybody started counting? Mandarin Spice. Look at that beautiful orange. Over Coffee. Sounds good. Ooh, Spruce. Does that feel like Christmas? It does. Traditional Christmas right there. Spruce. Macchiato. I'm sorry this box is in the way. I'll just hold it in my lap. Icing on the cake. Am I going to gain weight looking at these all the time wanting to eat something? It's something I'm ready to risk. Sauna. That's very pretty. Eucalyptus. Ooh, that's a yummy color. Sage. Always like that. Rose petals. Very similar to pink champagne. I bet they stamp pretty next together. If you want a little darker, a little lighter. Rouge. My Auntie Pat used a lot of rouge. Orange peel. That's a nice orange. Very pumpkin-y. Lemongrass. That's really pretty. I'm trying to figure out why I like it, but I do like it. With an olive, I think this is a new color, and it's very similar. Wintergreen. Oh my gosh, Catherine. Lilac. Knock, knock. Who's there? Lilac. Lilac who? Lilac crazy when they ask you your age. It's a good old knock, knock joke. Bay breeze. Oh, come to mama. That's pretty. Sea glass. That's gorgeous too. Ah, Cove blue. You know, I think we all have some love for blues in our hearts. They're just hard not to love. Daydream. That's gorgeous. It's not too intense. Sometimes you get a teal like this, and they're just super intense. I really like the softness, but fullness. Softness, but fullness of that. Sparkling berry. I'm loving these pinks. Merlot. I know how to say it. Clay mask. Okay, these, it would be fun to know all the stories behind these. Just when you thought I had them all. Hot tub. Let's do it. Oh, wow, look at that purple, Team Purple. Queen for a day. Purple queen for a day. That's very pretty. Sangria. A red violet. Very pretty. Maybe I'll just put that with pink, even though it doesn't really. Terracotta, one of my favorite earthy colors. Apricot. Yum. Ginger. How many oranges? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited of all these oranges. This is a lot more colors than I've been using. It's going to take me a little bit. Skylight. But it's something I'm willing to do. Don't worry. Stone blue. That's gorgeous. I don't know. This is going to be... which one's your favorite? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It really... I haven't seen a bad color in this group. Tranquil. Kind of a violet gray. Whipped honey. That's another going into some yellows. Matcha. Very pretty. Crushed violet. If I have never been Team Purple before, I may be feeling the pull with all these beautiful purples and violets. Juniper mist. That looks like a really nice blue. I'm not sure if it's translating on the screen well. Serene. That is pretty. Oh yeah, this is a new one too, On the Lake. And I remember seeing this before she was on going, oh man, I like that color. I'd like to have that one in my collection there. Shea Butter. I really like these kind of yellows. There used to be an ink pad that was about this color, and I didn't get a re-inker for it, and the company changed the color, and I lost the ability to use it. It was a sad, sad thing. Seafoam. Gorgeous. And this may be it. We may have hit bottom. Polished. But what a pretty color to finish with. Well, I do not know how many this is, but
2 sets.
It's a lot. It's 2 sets, and I cannot even express my gratitude. Let's make a card. I have a drawing of what her card was today on the show. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, what are we going to use? Let's try...
Midnight.
Shall we try? Yeah, we'll want midnight out, just in case. Let's do some... We're going to do some stars. So, how about some Juniper Mist on the Lake, because I really wanted that one. And... do we want to stay in the blues, or shall we let's add a green to this. Let's see. If I have a light background, let's try this Shea Butter, because I was talking about how I liked it. We'll put this as the background, and we'll put some blue stars on the top. She made a Christmas tree, but I'm going to try something else. I want to have a little more contrast than that, so how about those? They're kind of pretty. Let's try them. What the heck? You know, it's not... Oh, there it goes. Choo-choo. All right. You have a piece of paper here for a plan. How do you open these? Let's see. A little bit of cellophane wrap here. So I won't open them all. I'll just do a few. That may be harder than I think anyway. Well, they're nicely sealed, I can tell you that. But they're not overly sealed. So you don't waste a lot of plastic by having the entire thing sealed. That's nice. Little nod to good crafts or good packaging. Okay, I think I've got the hang of it. Oh yeah, yeah. We got a little technique going here. Now some of the things that I remember hearing on what Ardith and Allie would talk about is going direct to paper. That is one of the main things that they would always talk about, how they could make their own cardstock. So, because this is, oh my gosh, I barely touched it. And so let's just give it a little, oh my goodness, they weren't kidding. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I just tried to put it, I was so enamored that I put it on upside down. Well, that's done. But welcome to my world, little sage. Okay, so there's that. And then we'll do this. Oh. Juniper mist. Oh, gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. What was this one? On the lake. We lived on a lake, but it didn't look that pretty very often. This is also water reactive, so let's test that. This is not the best of squirters, but we'll squirt anyway. Give it a minute to think about its decisions. Those were teeny, lots and lots of teeny dots. I got lots and lots of teeny texture. That's cool. Let's try a few little bigger blobs. I am always very wary of spraying. I don't want water on my lens. Usually I take it away from the table. But that's good. That's good. Let's wipe this up too. On my Glassboard studio. There we go. Now you can see it better. Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty solid color. Beautiful water reactive. Now, off to the shea butter. This is not the way that Catherine made her card at all, but she did kind of have it this way, so we're gonna work on it. She had a Christmas tree here, a little die that was a paper like a bow, and then her sentiment, but then on the background she had patterned paper. So I think I got one more piece of paper I need, and then we'll make some patterned paper. This is pretty cool. As in totally cool. Okay, I have my plan. I do. I have my little drawing made. I know, for those who may think, you've got a drawing made? Yes. Yes, I do. So I'm going to... just put, those would be kind of cool, just those little half moons. That is rich. That is some solid color. I'm going to let that dry just a second. I don't know if it dries fast or not. It seems like it should because it's dye. And it's just should be soaking into this paper pretty fast. Yeah. It does have a self-leveling, as I recall. So I don't think it'll get on this. Probably wondering what the heck I'm going to do. Probably tell you in a little bit. It covers up the previous color and just makes it darker. See how that doesn't really look blue? It doesn't look green. It looks kind of a dark blue-green. Interesting. So do they blend? I guess they blend. All right, how are you guys doing? You're still a little soggy, but you're not bad. Do I have scissors? Here we go. Let's see if this will cut with a punch. One. Yeah, we're going to get some fuzzy edges here, but that's okay because that was a parameter. It's a little wet, that's all. So I learned something there. Might want to let it dry a little bit, unless you want fuzzy edges. Then you can do it as an on-purpose technique. These are going to be pretty on that yellow. I really do love that yellow. It's kind of a soft yellow. That's going to go in some sort of fashion, but we're not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and trim this down and then put a string on it. Because I want to put an edge on it. All right, so that's going to go like that. Wonder what I should do. Did I see something for a sentiment? I'm just giddy. Hand stamped with love? I'm not really hand stamping. That's too big. Our friendship is a cut above. Just a note to say thanks. That's always, you know, that's always nice, isn't it? Okay, so all my scissors are gone again, so we may not add a sentiment right off. That's okay. But we can add this. This is just crochet thread. It was a cute little dot or a little stamp that she used, but I'm gonna do real. I need a scissors again. Okay, I'm back there. I see a handle sticking out. There we go. Now this little guy is just gonna get cut in 2 strips. May have to ad lib. See, now they look like pattern paper. A little ink. That's okay. Let's go ahead. Start sticking them on. Pin it up a little bit. Oh, I could use my magnets. The word could. That on there. Try again on the top. wasn't so bad. Works better on holding it that way. Yeah, I'm going to be one strip shy of a card. So we'll just come back in just a second. Because I want to see what these... Let's put this down here a little bit. And start putting on stars. I'm going to use the blue, the dark blue at the bottom, so because they're kind of heavy. And scatter them in the heavens. Ooh, that's got an empty little spot. Or frizzy. Maybe we'll clump them together. Maybe, yeah, I don't think I want all those. So let's go ahead. But now I've got a couple extra for something else. Put him underneath. Could use a little boost probably. Tape, but let's get him in position first. Put green next. It's like Christmas morning. Which one do I want to try first? That is a pretty blue. Add some sparkle to that. Talking pretty stuff. Look how cool that looks. I like it. Got this one. And then I will fill in one of the little less thans. Yeah, I think I liked it better this way. This definitely does not have a Thanksgiving, Halloween, or Christmas feel, which feels very odd this time of year. We're so inundated with that right now. You know, I don't have a colored printer, and her color wheel, which is a free download, is would take a colored printer. But I don't think that's going to be a problem because I can make a cheat sheet, and so I can get used to the color names and whatnot just using a cheat sheet and putting them in family or color families, because it is going to take a little bit of learning. I've been talking the same language for a long time. Not quite long enough. But you know, that's okay. Probably have to be trimmed anyway because I don't know how much I cut off. Right here. Gonna go to the lake right there. Oh man, these are so juicy. I think I'm probably going to have some... Oh, yeah. See, it was kind of bubbled up. Now it's all gone. I am going to have some learning to do because I have been tap, 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 twist, 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 tap, tap, tap for a long time. This is going to... That would... Pretty sure would completely fill a stamp. So that's exciting, though. Fit in a little something. Well, for the love of you. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's see how this fits on. You know, I think this would be pretty too with some the stars if you wanted to try like some shimmer on it. Isn't that real pretty? Turn this still a little. There's that little stinker. See, I got him, and eventually I got him. There we go. What else can we do? This is so fun. If I had some little tiny stars, I could stamp them. This. With some red, that'd be pretty. Or, I'm good. Yeah, just some testing things would be probably reasonable, huh? So let's go ahead and get out our tiny Craft Roulette, the basics, tiny wheel. Oh, such a light touch. Such a light touch. Yeah, there's no pound in here. Quite impressive. Okay, here's another thing. You get a lot of ink. You can get a lot of ink in the lid, which is something I used to do and couldn't do with some. Some inks didn't want some of the ink pads didn't want to bend and pick up some color, so that's a cool thing. That was something I always liked, like in my usual ones. Oh, I think I could do this for a long time. But it's sparkle, there's splatter. I can't because I'm so nervous about it. Okay, that probably is enough. I'm going to put a little sentiment here, and maybe add a little more of this and a little more of that. Add some little bling and call it a card. Thank you again, Catherine, so much for your generosity. I am very excited that you are going to be our official inks of Craft Roulette, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun sharing and learning all the things that we can do with these beautiful, beautiful colors. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you go through our spin sponsor associates links when you are ordering things or window shopping from our spin sponsors. It does help us and helps them too, to know that it's worthwhile coming to Craft Roulette. Thank you all and have a great night. Bye-bye.